What's up, you guys? I'm Patrick of CoasterFanatics, and today I'm going to discuss a brand new roller coaster coming to Canada's Wonderland in 2019. Almost all the screenshots and photos I'm about to share with you guys are courtesy of Amusement Insiders, who is doing an incredible job covering the progress of this coaster. I'll have a link in the description to his channel. Make sure you guys check it out. So the discussion for this coaster began back in January of this year, where Canada's Wonderland submitted permits to alter a waterway and install a tunnel for a proposed new ride. Not long after that, track was spotted on site in a storage area towards the back of the park. What we know so far is that this is for sure a B&M dive coaster, similar to Valravn built at Cedar Point in 2016. It even shares a similar color scheme. The question is, what are the stats? There have been a lot of enthusiasts saying that this will be the first Giga dive coaster, meaning it'll have a max height or drop of 300 feet or more. With the use of this underground tunnel, it is certainly possible this coaster could reach Giga status. My question is why? Why build Valravn in 2016 and break all the records, just to break them all again 3 years later at another Cedar Fair park? If you look at their history, this is something they just don't do. They typically wait for the competition to break records, and then they up their game in response. It just kind of blows my mind that they'd break their own records, which are held at the flagship park. It just don't make a lot of sense to me, but hey, maybe Cedar Fair is changing their ways. The next question I have is, what's the top speed a dive coaster is capable of achieving? I mean, if you've ever seen a dive coaster train before, you know that these things are massive. The problem I see is that they are super wide and not very aerodynamic. I mean, I'm not an engineer, but I don't see a dive coaster achieving Giga speeds at over 90 miles an hour, just based on wind resistance alone. If I had to guess, I'd say the dive coaster terminal velocity is somewhere between 80 and 85 miles per hour, no matter how high you go. So I question whether or not it's even worth going to the 300 feet. That I'm not 100% sure, but that's just a theory I have. Let me know in the comments what you think the maximum speed of a dive coaster is. Anyways, so far they completed work on the underground tunnel and actually already have track installed and ready to go inside. This work was completed over the winter. More recently, lots of footers have been installed and foundation work has started on the lift hill and station. Just a few days ago, a single piece of track showed up on site. These are screenshots I took from a video on a channel called Fusion Studio. I'll leave a link to that channel in the description as well. But anyways, this is clearly a brake run section, either for the mid-course brake run or the final brake run. It's very interesting to see track coming in so early in the season. You can bet to probably see this coaster going vertical by late summer or early fall. Of course, if you haven't seen yet, Amusement Insiders got some really good shots of blueprints on site at the park, which I'm not going to show on my channel. But they do reveal that this is a massive coaster with over 90 columns, multiple inversions, and an out and back layout that is very unique for a dive coaster. Now, he made a much more detailed overview, but this is the general area that this coaster will take up, and it's absolutely massive. All the information we have so far suggests that it's going to break every dive coaster record. It's going to have an underwater tunnel, and more than likely at least an inlet loop, and probably a zero-G roll. Other than that, not much else is certain about this coaster. So here's my final thoughts. Don't get me wrong, I'm super excited for this coaster, which allows me to finally visit Canada's Wonderland. I've been waiting years for them to build a new coaster, and 2019 is going to finally be the year. I still question why Cedar Fair would break their own records though. I mean, why are they degrading their record-breaking dive coaster at their flagship park? That question I can't answer for sure, but there is a theory that building this coaster will deter Six Flags Magic Mountain from building their rumored dive coaster. So maybe the mindset is to take care of business before the competition does. Either way, the thought of a Giga dive coaster is just insane, and I'm really excited to see how this all plays out. Hopefully it all turns out to be true, because this will be one hell of a ride if it is. But anyways, you guys, that's all I have for this discussion video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments what you think of this dive coaster. Is it going to achieve Giga status? And is it going to break all of Valravn's records? I'm interested to hear what you guys all think about it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you all in the next video very, very soon.